Hey, traders, welcome to the Martin Luther King Jr. Day stream. Stock market was closed today, but crypto wasn't. It's pretty quiet for most of crypto, give or take a handful of assets. Bitcoin about 4 hours ago hit its highest high of the entire rally. Its highest high since November 6th, but since then has pulled back some, not by much. And that's where we are in 2 minutes. In 2 minutes, it will be the highest daily candle close since November 5th. Significant highest daily candle close of the rally. Those are good things. RSI is still nuclear, sitting right at 88.5. That's nuts, dude. And no back test yet. No back test of 19891, 19650. Hadn't even come close. So that's your update. Pretty quiet today. And then Ethereum, same stuff, right? A few hours ago, made its highest level since November 6th. It's working on its highest daily candle close of the entire rally. Highest daily candle close since November 5th, just like Bitcoin. And not really at a major resistance. Is certainly at some sort of 88% retrace from the previous high to low. So I can imagine harmonic software be going off right now. The 886 here, 1614. I know it generated on Scott's software on Bitcoin. Not sure about Ethereum, but you are getting to that level where if this is truly a really bearish trend still, you'll be reacting soon. But again, like the context is interesting based on the fact that, you know, you've been confined within this downtrend for over a year and you finally broke it. You broke key levels from history. And you virtually completed a harmonic. I mean, you were so close. And you've been making higher lows since the nadir in June. And there it is, chat. There it is. We have, of course, Jesus chimes. We did it, man. It's the highest daily candle close. It's November 5th on Bitcoin and Ethereum. The highest candle close of the entire rally. Amen. All right. Hope that worked. Good stuff, dude. Yeah, BNB did not make its highest highs. It's not been doing exactly what Bitcoin and Ethereum been doing, but it's now just trying to back test the $300 298 level, the highs from September and October of last year, trying to hold on and think if it sustains, then you'd be in store for 332, 350, just depending on what Bitcoin does. But I get it, you know, from this high to low, you're at that 886 level too. So, okay. MXRP. Didn't do much anything today. Had a rally that completely was gone. Got as high as like 40.6 cents. And it's the pesky 200-day simple moving average, right? Market participants unable to keep it above that. That's kind of a trend, though. It's been like that for a very long time. Maybe one day we could dream of a day where XRP would break its 200-day simple moving average for real. But you're thinking that's coming. You would think that's coming based on the daily argument, which is decent, but it's the weekly that is incredible, impeccable. I just don't know how you could look at a global 886 double bottom with divergence and just ignore it. I mean, this is the area. This is the area where people take shots. We don't have to know where an asset's going to make money, but these are the areas where smart money take their chance. And if it fails, oh man, okay, who cares? You're stopped out. It goes to 25 cents and then 18 cents after that. But if not now, again, it's just kind of crazy what we know about the 886. It's so magical. We're talking about an 886 that goes back going on 3 years ago. The anchor point from the low to the highest high of that run. So XRP, and then I don't know, is Doge still the top one? It's Cardano now. Cardano is now back in the driver's seat of number 5, excluding stables. So got a look on this where it's a channel. Weekly, nothing special right now. The daily, if you want to see it. It's just this really well-established, I don't know, just anchoring 1 and 2 on the top and 1 on the bottom. You get really nice heartline touches the whole way down. Buyers defending it every time, and now you're running to what seems like possibly the supply line. Running to the supply line, man. But before you can get to the supply line, you got to break. There it is, the candle high close, the daily candle high close from April 2018. You break that, then you head to 38.8 cents, and that's exactly where the supply line is of the channel you're confined in right now. And that's all I got for you. What a huge run. You know, the RSI at its peak, highest level since August of 2021. Straight line up. Well, and now we look at Doge that, you know, took off, was celebrating Martin Luther King Jr. Day in private, and unable, of course, to break 9.17 cents. That was the target when, you know, the supply line was breached and you were beginning to rally. It's like, well, if this is true, then you run to the next level, which it happened, and now you've pulled back since then. I mean, since testing the resistance, Doge down 9%. That's what happens. That's why you say, like, if this is real, then it runs to the next level, and you don't know if it's going to break that level, and it hasn't. It's down 9% from testing and failing to break it for now. But all that has to happen on Doge is a higher low getting put in than 7 cents, and it'll all be fine. You'll test 9.1 again. You'll probably break it this time. That's really it. Ooh, close to like some Class C hidden bearish divergence. Definitely some hidden bearish divergence in the RSI. You're getting the pullback a little bit. You're thinking like on the weekly here. On Doge. I mean, the weekly on Doge is interesting. Just because last week, a a weekly candle close back above the 200 weekly simple moving average. And this week, so far, all that's happening, as you can see, the 200-week simple moving average is being regarded as support at the lows and is off of that. And all you got to do, man, I think, is really between that 9.1 and 10 cent level. 10 cents is probably everything. You break 10 cents, it's going to go up to 15, 16 cents. So just higher lows getting put in quietly. That's composite operator behavior. We'll see if it manifests into a massive markup phase. It's normal what happens after 200 plus days of accumulation, man. Matic that had broken out of sorts. Yeah, it did break out. It broke out and back tested and engulfed, and I would think like the next target, like 120. I think that's probably where you're headed here. Yep, 120. Already showing a little life on the new day. Okay. I mean, this is nice. This is one of your largest market cap cryptos out there. Then we'll look at Sol that, you know, of course, Sol's been doing crazy stuff. Certainly. But still very much bearish trend. You are not even close to even thinking about a trend reversal till $37 to $38 is captured, and then a pullback, then a higher low, then a higher high than that high. There's just so much that has to be done, you know. It is above an inflection point of $21, and it, you know, $37 seems like the most reasonable next target, but I don't know, you're gonna have to worry about 26.52, the valley. And again, it's not about making calls on S coins randomly at any given time. It's just about, again, just identifying the stuff that we know that has been researched that works in traditional markets. We're identifying it on crypto markets at inflection points, general consensus areas, to give ourselves a reasonable edge so we can strategize an entry and a stop loss, because we don't know if it's going to play out, but we know what gives us a higher probability than just a coin flip, that it would reverse. So Sol was never showing that, ever. I don't care what anyone says. People being like, oh, it's crashing. Oh, I'm buying. Okay, well, yeah, play the numbers game. You just play the numbers game. Every time something's crashing and just buying it, just cause, like, you're gonna lose. You will lose long term, certainly. Just catching falling knives, and it happened to be you caught the hilt this time. But all these other times, you'll be catching that blade big time. What are you talking about? Michael, don't project your own weird feelings about yourself on me, dude. I'm fine. I'm good, dude. You remember, see, you must not, who are these people, dude? These random people, like, we're here in Miami. I was at wit's end, identifying all these harmonics that were completed, all these assets at these key levels with bullish divergence. The sellers failed. I was here. You weren't. You were not here. So, okay, everyone, Michael is depressed. Michael Rez is depressed with himself, and he's trying to gaslight to make it look like I'm depressed. No, man, I'm happy. I'm moving to a penthouse in Miami. What are you doing with your life? So after Sol is Dot. We have Dot. Hey, dude, I'm live on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So Dot that completed the 1414 wasn't really at the level that made any sense. I mean, there was like no sense really made here on why it reversed outside of the macro recovering. This was just one of those that was like, I'm not taking a chance on this one, even if it pumps. Because there were just too many that you could take a chance on, and it made sense at key levels with the edge. So it pumped. You know, all these extension patterns have been pumping 1414s and 1618s like KSM, and all the metaverse coins. So it broke the supply line with anchor point August 12th, November 7th. You broke it. No back test yet, but the good news is the asset is above 552. And above 552 long enough, eventually 668. And if you ever broke that, well, that's when things get really interesting, where the asset could go up to 828 and then 1040 and then 13 after that. It's just one at a time. So, but remember, one like this, there's just nothing special about it. Is it making higher highs? No. Has it made a higher low? No. It's never done anything like that. There are assets out there in crypto that have put in consecutive higher highs, higher lows over a long span of time. I just like, why would you care about an asset that's not doing that? That's putting in the lowest low of the entire downtrend and now the lowest high so far. Of course, this is going to rally if Bitcoin continued to rally. Sure, dude, but it's not about that. Not here anyway. So just testing the 200-day simple moving average for the first time since January 5th of last year. So it had been over a year. Just garbage, but nice, dude. Nice rally off of 1414. Okay. I'm looking at it because it's one of your largest cryptos out there. Now we could look at Litecoin, and this is what I'm talking about. Way a superior asset. Technically, indubitably superior to DOT and all these other extension patterns, okay? I mean, all you have to do is look at like this supply line that goes all the way back to November of 2021 and May of 2021, right? Like you broke that subtly. You had failed too, November 6th, but you're out of that. So that's like one massive, that's like a Bulkowski bump and run stuff, man. But it's not even about that so much as it is the horizontal line levels, right? I mean, you've got we know it. We had an active trade setup back in 2020 off the M shape, which Q&T is a perfect fractal of this. And once you broke 66 and formally back tested it, we knew what the implications could be, and what they could be is what's happening right now. Where now you're above $84. You've been above $84 for 5 days now. You just yesterday, another formal back test of $84. What was once a resistance from February of 2020, the pre-COVID crash highs. You just back tested it yesterday, and if it's a real back test, there should be follow through up to the upside, and you got a $100 target. And that's it so far. I get it. Maybe a little bearish divergence there. All right, then time to pull back, but the trend has been good. Higher highs, higher lows. Higher highs, higher lows. Most assets have not been making consecutive higher highs, higher lows. And those are important things to identify, because those are, you just have to think about the psychology of buyers and sellers, man. Like, wow, on this asset for going on 7 months, there have been market participants that have accumulated a position. They have not been selling it, and new highs have been achieved, and then the same lows, and then higher highs, and then higher lows. Wow, even more people buying or continuing to buy, and you're trending upward. Unlike DOT, that again, its most recent 2 discernible events on the daily. Lowest low of the bear market and the lowest high so far. Garbage, trash compared to this. Is the dude doxing himself? What is this? All right. So after Litecoin is Shiba. Let's go to Shiba. That is a specimen in its own right on the weekly and the daily. And I mean, just patience. One should be in this asset. They should have been in this asset a week ago. Yep. One should have been in this asset a week ago. And you're waiting. You're just sitting in this. Waiting for 1,300 minimum. But then you go to the weekly and it speaks to another level. Where the minimum target on the weekly chat is 1,700 on Shiba. This is, I mean, you wait years for things to end up looking like this technically. I'm just telling you. And, you know, people are going to forget about it. They'll forget about this stream and all this time when Shiba's at much stupider higher prices. 3,000, whatever, and beyond. They'll forget that this ever even happened, that we were talking about it here. But I'm just telling you right now, this is what stuff looks like before they go on insane, ungodly runs, life-changing. So, I have to go to the bathroom. Hold on. Hang tight. All right. So yeah, again, just I cannot express the setup here on Shiba. An actual joke. It's actually a joke of a joke. But we'll see who's laughing when this technical specimen goes up another 55 to 100% in the coming months. Patience required, of course. That's the way it's always been. And then we can go to Tron, which is another one. It's right after this. And it's, it's unbelievable. I mean, the spring back test was Jesus-like. It was incredible. It really was. Justin Sun and the Communist Chinese Party, they have the capital they need to... They knew what 5 cents meant. They knew if 5 cents broke, it was over for Tron. It was going to lose all its value. So they defended it. And then, of course, just, one last time, the macro recovered. Supply line breach, spring back test. It's kind of unbelievable, isn't it? And there could be tremendous, implications on the spring back test after the sellers failed again. It's gonna, depending on the consequence, is going to be dictated by Bitcoin's performance, I think, and the altcoins. One thing that has not really occurred yet is Tron taking out that 6.5 cent lower high, the previous highs. So you think once that breaks, then you got a target of 7.1 cents, and then it's just one at a time after that, right? It's a big level. Yeah, so good stuff on Tron, man. It really is. Avalanche is the next one. in terms of market cap size, excluding stables, which, yeah, was a wedge breakout. I mean, where it reversed certainly makes a degree of sense, though it wasn't like, you know, there was divergence on the slightly lower low. We've seen that on several. Again, it's like, practically speaking, and of course there's probably more upside on it, but its most recent discernible event is the lowest low of the entire downtrend. In fact, the lowest low since July of 2021. And the rally and the breakout of the wedge is great, testing the 200-day moving average for the first effing time since April of last year. That's great, but it's no higher high. So far, lowest low and lowest high. Okay, that's great, but that doesn't mean anything. No trend reversal behavior yet. Even with, oh, hey, and it was news driven too. It was like, oh, Microsoft or Amazon or something, and it broke the supply line because of that, and that's it so far. But I'll tell you, I mean, if you're just gonna respect the levels from history, I mean, you think your first target's $20, but the big one, the big breakout area is $22.44. I mean, breaking that, serious consequences. You go up to $30 to $40. Wild. So, oh, what's up, Eric, dude? Oh, I was going for a record, dude, of no contributions. I was hoping for 0. Kind of ruined the jar now. Thanks, dude. Uniswap, one we don't really look at that often, but I'm just going down the list of market cap size. It broke a supply line, put in that shortening of thrust. You know, it was a lower low than the previous low locally, but that doesn't matter. Doge is doing that too. These two lows are both significantly higher than this low from June. So the bottom got put in June, and now again, supply line broken, and you're just butting up against a daily candle high close from September 17th of 2020. And once you break that, I think that's when you're going for a full-on 886 from the high from July, and the 886 would be 925 target. So it's all about 7. When you break 7, I think the big target's going to end up being 925. So, right, different, better, superior to Avalanche, right? Avalanche that just made its lowest low, or this one's making higher lows than the low from June. Those are the ones I think are superior, and they're, you know, you have to go one by one coin at a time. Which, what are they doing? Atom being the next largest. This one is another example of one that is superior to ones like DOT and Avalanche and Mana and all Block and all those, because, right, the low got put in June. Black Saturday was terrible. It was historic. But a rally ensued, and this was an awesome trade setup. Third target of the trade setup was the top. Though you know you were not making higher highs than the previous highs yet. Not yet. You did successfully backtest a peak from August of 2020, a valley from 2021, and you've rallied off of that, which is nice. So again, that could have been a strategic area for someone to enter, a consensus area. Multiple people around the world could see that and say, I'm going to strategize an entry there, and they did, and it's rallied. But again, you really want to see this asset eventually break 1581, but really 1661. You break 1661, that's when you graduate to a new league, right? You could be going to $26. It's a long way off of that. So if you look at the weekly, it is simply some sort of spring back test, and it's kind of in the same category in ways to Monero. You really want to pay attention to this because it's very, very strong. I mean, that's some good stuff. Undeniable too. So all you need now is just to take out these previous local highs. And the neckline, what would be of a double bottom spring back test, would be $17 or so. Just think about it, man. We'll go to Monero maybe next after this. So you can see kind of, you know, That's a big time, man. And above 17 is 26. So Monero, to show you the similarities between Atom and XMR. As you can see, gorgeous. Gorgeous, right? The ice lines, you fall below them, market participants recapture them, and then eventually a test, a back test, and you got one, undeniably, in November, and you've been rallying ever since. You think in time, more upside? So I like Monero better than Atom, though. I'm just saying. It was just the similarities. And Chainlink next on the list. Chainlink that, you know, it's cool that it was near the bottom of the rectangle, made a slightly lower low. In fact, made its lowest low the entire downtrend on candle closes. But divergence, you know, helped a pivot, and the macro recovering also helped, you know, gave it favorable conditions to rally, to go up and test the 200-day simple moving average. But it just made its lowest low of the downtrend. It's certainly for now trying to make the lowest high. So nothing really special about Link compared to others, right? No background tunes? What are you talking about? Really? Can I not hear it or something? I won't even say anything. 200 likes? Wow, dude. I remember my first live stream ever. So that's Link, what is LEO? $3 billion market cap. I don't know. LEO. What? Maybe a stable? Leo? Leo token? What the? No, it's not stable. I don't know what this is, but somehow it's a higher market cap than Monero. What? On mostly ghetto exchanges. I'm not gonna look at it. No point. ETC, Ethereum Classic. Go to Ethereum Classic. That is incredible, impeccable. You just wait, man. If it breaks $24, if it breaks $24, it's gone, dude. It's going to moon. And you better have your alert set up. It's back in just the bullish control zone, no longer overbought. But this is a key level where exactly where reversals occur. We know for a fact every time in 2017 and 2018, it was a reversal area. In 2022, it was a reversal area to the upside multiple times. And it was a reversal area in May after a bearish back test. So you could understand, like, it's up ridiculous amounts since this harmonic was identified, right? Just since the PCZ, it's up 40%. It was at one time at the height of the insane run, up 50% in 2 weeks. And so you're just below it. If you can break it, it's gonna most likely do exactly what it's done in the past, which is $40 to $43. Wow. Toncoin. Something called Toncoin has a higher market cap than Bitcoin Cash. Wow. Never looked at Toncoin. No one's in here ever requested it. Toncoin. I guess it's Toncoin, yeah. Kind of looks like Toncoin. I don't know why. Toncoin on the KuCoin exchange. Oh, God, dude. I don't know, man. I'm looking at these. I can't believe this. Proof of work, dude. I don't know, like what, you know, where the data is on this really at all. Telegram crypto. Oh, the ignorance. Oh, the random viewer with this stupid opinion. Wow. You see how that works? So we just look at this chart, which again, I don't know. It's above a candle high close from April of 2022. And in fact, it's like kind of tempting to hold it. And if you hold that for real, I mean, at least 264, but I mean, there's a daily candle high close from April that's 443. So let's see how well this holds, if it does. And we got the pullback. Bitcoin Cash, which would be next, is just kind of floating up. Not really at a good area. You had your good area, and it was between January 9th and the 11th. And since then, it's pumped, but it has failed to see 134.73, which was the target area. If it did hold that, that's where it was going. Just never got there. It's a few dollars off, and it's just sideways, just flirting with that high for November 5th. That's about it on that one. XLM was just throw it in the bucket of assets that wasn't really showing a discernible edge or anything when it bottomed, but it did certainly see a 2019 swing low, and that was cool, at least. Right here. February 2019, you know, it was amazing because it was inflection point, back tested the inflection point, ran straight down to that next support. Bullish divergence developed and the rally ensued. And where are you? You're just right back up at that same level here from so many countless times. And history tells us when you do a straight line up, most of the time it's a straight line down. So I don't trust this at all. This is exactly where if someone did get in down here, this is where they're taking some profit, man. I'm just saying, right? That you were in this long established downtrend. Lowest low of the entire downtrend, lowest low on XLM since October of 2020. Yeah, we didn't. I've just been going down the list. You know, stock market was closed today. And the next one, market cap size would be like Crow. It's not on my watch list anymore. What the? Whoops. Remember, which one was it now? Yeah, Crow was just like it hit. I mean, like, dude, it did it respected the TA so well. Like, it was like, hey, man. You break this 8.6 cents level, you're going to 5.5 cents. You went to 5.5 cents, tested it once and then twice. And then, of course, you rallied after confirming the bottom there. Happens to be all-time lows, yeah. So it's been respecting levels. But terrible trend. Your lowest lows, right? The entire downtrend and working on your lowest highs. And it'll be that way for a long time. I mean, think about Crow having to go above 12.75 cents to recapture its previous highs. Ain't happening anytime soon, man. But yeah, it was the basement down here for a scalper or someone who wanted to just buy low. Yeah, it was there. Many others had it too. Garbage though. Wow. Okay, and we can just pause on the looking at those. So yeah, let's go to Q&T. That was the highlight of the day yesterday, despite it being down a little bit today. It broke out. We have a confirmed bullish breakout of a double bottom, right? There it is. So nice. You'd think 151 to 156, but I mean, look, breaking all like this level, right, from August and December, even goes as far back as March. That's it though. Those are there, and then the next target's 151 to 160 or 156, excuse me. So a little overbought, positive Momo building, nothing implying reversal, but just yeah. All that has to happen, even if it does pull back and falls back below this support, all that has to happen is a higher low than these two lows. And then the trend will remain bullish. You're already in an uptrend, man. You've already put the bottom in. This is a special looking asset. Most don't look like this at all. That's why we've honed in on it so much for so long. Dang, man, we kind of looked at a lot, so we can go look at Lind. That is just spectacular. It was the setup, it was the type 2, it was the bullish divergence on the type 2 and the run. But you know, it did make, I mean, you know, what's cool about these harmonics is it lets you know, yes, there are more market participants involved in November and January this year than there was in June of last year. So that's cool. You didn't put in the lowest lows. They were almost, and you're working on your lowest high, and that you do need to, if you want to reverse a trend or anything, you need to breach 9470. You're talking about targeting for a harmonic like this. I mean, C and A and C are the targets. So 9470 is the target if someone was playing this. They were entering on a type 2 return. It was there. You may not have been there, but it was here. And it was all identified. This was all talked about on stream before any of these moves up happened. That's real. So someone's going to be layering out a little bit at 94.70 and then probably a little bit more at 116. Because, dude, again, like the long-term trend for Bitcoin is still down. Still is. You go to 28,800, you're pretty much still in the downtrend. But that's a major level anyway. I'm thinking if you're breaking that, it's serious. What about a golden cross coming anytime soon? Nope, not really. Ugly on all the MAs and stuff, not really turning it around yet, but I get it, you know. You only put in a slightly higher low. You have not put in any higher high yet on this, so. EOS that, you know, found its bottom at the all-time low, bullish divergence, rallied. You do need to take out 120. I mean, that'd be your target. Break 120, 140, pretty easy. But you just got to think about like the weekly here. Like the weekly, man. Something like EOS. It's like one bottom, the second bottom. You just got to think, is it confirming it here? Dang it, Neil, man. I was going for less than minimum wage for a stream, dude. What are you doing?
Hey, Mitch, Brad, chat. My name is Phil and I am in Yorkshire, UK.
What's up? Oh, Black Gold Estates. Isn't the Yorkshire good? Turn on, mate. There's a mate.
Can you take a look at Theta/USDT Bybit on the daily? Close to a supply line break and bearish cipher with the X point at the August highs. Thanks, smile.
We can do it, Neil. Thank you, man. Theta. Yep. So this is just one to like, it's not really that special. It's not like Shiba, where Shiba's double bottoming at the key inflection point after a 98% loss. No, it's not like an XRP that's double bottoming potentially at an 88% retrace confluent in conjunction with support resistance from history. No, but it is attempting this double bottom here in the middle of nowhere. So just pay attention.
I made a gamble on rarest because the lack of liquidity and maybe a weekly double bottom formed.
What's up, Rob, dude? I don't know. We can look at Rarible. I haven't looked at it. I think I had to scan through it. It was just a bunch of, it's so illiquid. It's just, you look at it for seconds and you just hit the space bar. It's like, oh, I'm not even scaling out to look, whatever. But yeah, I guess we can take a gander at it. Thanks, man. If this was real, I guess you're diverging on the RSI. It's not really that great. There's no negative momentum on the lowest low. It is a slightly lower low than the first low. So if it was going to play out, the target's 190 again. So that just means like what, 80%, 84% upside, 83% upside. If it just goes to test the confirmation line of the potential double bottom, it doubles in value almost, right? That's what's happened to these coins. Something to look at. I don't know. You don't have to. They're better ones, but it is interesting. Sounds like what you're trying to articulate, Rob, on Rarible. Coincidentally. Might as well just go to Theta now. I don't know. I'll check out my Theta. I know it's not the one exactly which you wanted. Binance. I don't know. Is it much different than this? Because you said, Neil said, close to a supply line break and bearish cipher with the X point August highs. August highs.
Not wrong, why Yorkshire. Grand Falk belong here. Could we take your skaggy please find daily please?
Not wrong, yeah. We Yorkshire Grand Falk belong there. I can't do it. Good with dick. It's gig. It dicks why. I don't know, dude. I can't do it. I have to take classes. Can't say I didn't try though. Yeah, I mean, you got that idea, but dude, tame it back and think about this too. I mean, you gotta worry about this first. I mean, that made its lowest low. Then you got an 886 up here. Let's start with that 126 first. But dude, it's just like that's even, you're getting a little too ahead of yourself. You gotta break 98 cents first, because that's the horizontal line level and the supply line, and then the 200-day moving average. This is like, oh my god, the amount of stuff that has to happen on Theta is ridiculous. So I wouldn't even worry about X, A, B, C to D here. Let's just worry, like, you know, temper things with smaller, more conservative targets, because this is a joke, man. There's just so many that are so much better than Theta. But yeah, I get what you're saying. There was divergence like every other crypto. Great. It's cool that it's above 80 cents, right? That's clearly a level from October 2020. And look at the history. I mean, straight up, at least straight down to this one level at 97 cents, $1. You break that, yeah, I mean, let's talk about it. But first stop, maybe 126, if we're lucky. Let's slow down, mate. Skig. Skig means look. Is that, how far away is that from Liverpool, man? Sounds almost as freaking ridiculous as the Scouses. Not wrong, we're gone belong there. Rarible, wow. I haven't looked at this since the first age, the age of the trees. Did you have an exchange? Nope, you didn't. Crap, dude. What exchange has the most Rarible data? That would be crazy, man. I mean, like, if Tom Brady can pull it out, that'd be whack. If anyone could do it, it would be him, right? Anyone got anything to say about what exchange? My God. Dragon. Crypto.com. They all seem about the same, which is all-time lows. Okay, I guess we're just gonna deal with whatever. Last time I was here, I'd identified some sort of little M shape, excluding the scam wick, and it happened. It played out and then collapsed, and then hit an all-time low. And so like you're back inside the zone, yet you haven't broken it, which I think the breaking point would be 229. You can see the first low from May 11th of last year, and then price just correlating to it, just like now. You're below the 200. I think if it was, this could be a false bearish breakdown, which is good. That means, like, if it's range bound, we know it's low. But let's just have your alert set up on Rarible above 240. Because if you're hearing the beep, that means it's breaking back into this range and could have consequence to run to 470, which means it doesn't look like much, but that means that the asset just appreciates in value 100%. So that's the way we could look at Rarible right now, I guess. Okay. Rob? That was the last request, Rarible. And as you can see, Bitcoin's not doing too hot. On the 60-minute, no one cares. It's really not a big deal. It's like nothing's happening. It just looks worse than it is when you look at the 60-minute. Couldn't imagine anyone looking at stuff below the 60-minute. It's crazy enough for me. DGB, this one's kind of delayed. I don't even know. It's just the one with the most data. But this is a trade setup, man. Well off the entry now, where it was the whole argument for going long was the last failed attempt by sellers late December, and the rally ensuing back above 8.2 for tenths of 1 cent. And yeah, you've just been going, and the target is 1.689 cents. That's it. It's so easy to know what the target is. So just waiting patiently for it to double up. It's already on the way. What is it up off the ice line? I mean, it's up currently 31% in like 10 days. So it's virtually just the beginning. The lion's share of the gains yet to be had or seen. Bitcoin lows of the day or near them. Just have this cute little 60-minute wedge, rising wedge, pennant wedge, whatever. I've seen pennants like this after impulses like you saw. I've seen wedges like this break upward, and if you want examples, we can go to it and look. Doesn't happen often, but it's normally after in the stuff we just saw, the beginnings of pumps. So let's just go to it real quick, because since it's there's no more requests. You just go all the way back, man. All the way back.
Hi friend. Have you golfed yet in Miami? Let's go soon. We haven't visited $XDC in a while. Daily chart shows an ascending triangle. Clinking beer mugs.
What, copper? No, XDC. We'll look at it. Thank you, dude. I've not gone golfing in Miami yet, no. I'm bringing the clubs, though. They'll be coming. Yeah, I have to get back into it. I haven't played golf since I started live streaming and stuff. I used to be a member of a country club, played all the time. So just like things that are upsloping consolidation, where normally they mean down next, but there have just been times where like you know, when the bottom got put in on Bitcoin in 2019, you know, some rallies ensued, and then you got stuff like this where it was just, it was weird, man. It was upsloping price. It's consolidation, right? It was like, whoa, what in the, and then gone, and then what happened again? It was the same type of behavior here, all upsloping, and then where else was it? I think it was on the 4 hour maybe, where you can't really see it. Let's see. My God, where am I? Sorry, trying to find my bearings here. This is crazy. That's where we are. I get it. Okay, cool. Take me back. There we go. Yeah. So it was just like 2020. You had similar price action where you'd pump and then you would just be upsloping in your consolidation for breaking upward again. And then you do it more and more, like, I mean, right here too. Pump and then upsloping, and then right here too. Right, you'd have, this was a rectangle though. I had interpreted this sideways, and then the partial decline, you go back. And then right here, where was it? This was kind of down sloping. Dang, man. Let's see more of those, the upslopings. Yeah, I mean, even here, upsloping. Well, you go back to way back before COVID. More examples. Right here. Oh, yeah, like, yeah, this is it. Yep, exactly. There's another one just like this. I remember these because I remember like being live, being like doing what I'm doing and charting these. And it was like, oh, look at that. And just breaks upward and then ends. And then the bearish cipher comes in and reverses it all. So yeah, I'm just saying, right? Like giving you examples of times where consolidation looks kind of bearish can end up just being, oh yeah, just more markups later. Like you're pausing to reset that nuclear RSI on the daily, I think. But the max pain, I think definitely max pain on Bitcoin is no pullback. Because we know for an actual fact that so many people, so many retails, right? Non-retail, so many people missed out on this initial pump because they were sleeping, they weren't around, they were too concerned about Christmas time and the holidays to ever be able to participate in this unless they were just holding. So yeah, again, max pain is more pump, much higher prices sooner rather than later. Yeah, that's just, again, my opinion and just what I remember about times where pumps like this happen. They seldom just, yeah, when we're just gonna get this beautiful strategic pullback at 19,650. You're probably not gonna get it. XDC on KuCoin. Okay, sorry. Yep. Oh, the main net. Well, I mean, it's pretty god awful, man. Oh man, it's so bad. So you made fresh all-time lows mid-December, and now all you've done is you're testing the 200-day simple moving average for the first time since January of last year. Garbage. And so far that's it. I mean, it's cool that you somehow put in a higher low on the 3rd of January. But it's just such a bad asset. It's just win higher highs ever, win higher lows ever. You look at it. Maybe it broke a supply line. Okay, maybe not. What if it just breaks it? You're like at it right now. It amazes me that people watch this stream for so long, and then they're looking at XDC when there are countless assets that I have identified for you for a long time, and we look at them almost daily. If you're in the Patreon, there's no way you don't know. And then everything else can go to heck. We don't care about stuff like this. It just doesn't matter. Do I really think we're going to go for one more pump? Look, man, again, this is such an insignificant structure. It doesn't exist on the daily. I don't even think it exists on the 4 hour. Look at this. Like what you're seeing there, it's not there. Dude, this thing could go to $20,000. And it doesn't matter. I mean, like you could break downward on that scrub structure up there. You could hit a measure move before you even see 19891. Pretty much. It's really, really tough, right? You have the consolidation that lasts for hundreds of days, and then the impulse after. So I'm just thinking like you will get a pause of some sort because the RSI is just so ridiculous on the daily. A pause, not it's going to pull back and go to 19,650 for sure, and we're all just going to get this romantic entry. It's just not going to be that easy. Too many people missed out. Max Payne is more up. Okay.
Any chance of an 1814 combination for us Brits can never remember the other one? Can you look at the DXY? Kind of got lost in translation before.
Bro.
By heck, lad.
1649, bro. Monarchy, go bye-bye. But yeah, we can look at the DXY, sure. Sweat down, man, innit? 1814, what happened on 1814? Because I mean, like 2 years before, you freaking Brits, redcoats burned down our capital, you know? DXY continuing to plummet, which makes sense. You know, it broke the heart line. So I think that's pretty significant. What we knew is like, hey man, it was sitting at the heart line and even bounced for a second there and just broke it. And it's like, remember, this is like the channel of channels. This goes back to 2009. I mean, like you just can't. Yeah, dude, like if you really want to see it, like the bottom's 95.27. Like that'd be a demand line, okay? So where is it right now? It is attempting to hold some sort of peak from 1998. I'm thinking below that on the weekly. I mean, you've got the two peaks from 2015 and 2016. So 100 after 102, and then after 102 is 97. Some peaks from 91 and 94, 1994. So yeah, if you're just going by the channel, it's still got a ways to go.
Flipper chatted $53.32.
Oh, Flipper, what's up, dude?
Hey bro, could you have a look at Fortune Favors the Homeless? CRO.
Yeah, obligatory Leroy. But yeah, we did just look at Crow, but we can look at it again. It's fine, man. I might not do as well, but I'll look at it. It's not special. It reversed at potential reversal areas, which is cool with a second test. But you know, other than that, there's so much work that has to be done. Like in order for it to start reversing, to show characteristics on a chart that represents that the trend is reversing, there's just, it's insurmountable amounts of things that have to occur. So we'll, you know, just rallied because the macro recovered and hit a support 550, right near all-time lows. So your DXY, mate, you breaking that heart line. I mean, I'm just saying, right? You look at this channel that is so amazing. 2009, 2015, 2017, and now 2022. Reverse there. And then you got the heart line where there was support in 2008, virtually resistance in 2012, support, in 2016. Look at all this resistance, man. There's so much respect to the heart line. So it just leads you to believe that it is somewhat significant that we are now seeing you're breaking below it back into the bottom part of this massive channel, first time since May of last year. And so you wonder, would that have consequences, or would all these massive unlimited amounts of horizontal lines, would they, these supports, would they hold? If you're just going by the channel, you think there's way more downside to like 95, or whenever you get there, 95 to 97. Okay, but it's still at 102.30. So that's all I got for you. You're now in the bearish control zone on the weekly, right? You're at 35, lowest RSI reading since December 28th, 2020. Which, what was going on then? December 28th, 2020. That's Bitcoin's going berserk at that point. December 2020. Am I crazy? Yeah, it's all of that. It was January too. Yeah, you're hitting that. And that was when the harmonic was completing. We have evidence that this was identified back then. Type 2 return even in May. And it was gone. So, you want to see this go down. This is good for any risk on asset when the DXY dumps. I don't go by day. I don't know, the TA that I know isn't about like calling what direction the market's going every day. Some people think that's what it is, which is crazy. I'm not worried about what happens tomorrow or in the next 3 days from now. I'm not worried about it. I'm looking at something like, you're asking me about something on the stock market like CDE. Do you think I give two craps about what happens the next 3 days? I don't care if this thing goes down 5% in 3 days. Whatever. Look where it is. This is weekly. This is everything. This is a 2014 low, and then go back even further. The 2008 low. Buyers have recaptured it after completing a bullish bat pattern, a textbook bullish bat pattern developed over the course of 850 days. This is the TA I'm looking at, man. I don't care about what happens tomorrow. Open, who cares? Long it and forget about it. Have your stop loss set up, but forget about it after you set the stop loss up, and come back to me in 6 months on CDE. See what happens to your money. Probably going to be really good. Blake, what are you talking about? So incorrect. No, dude. You're misreading things. Or you think about something like Hilton Global. What the? This is not the right HLT. Something like HLT, man. Like, you're in an uptrend. You're oversold in the uptrend and classic accumulation and levels from 2020 being regarded as support and signs of strength going on. I mean, this, I'm not worried about it. This is something you hold on to and you can target, right? Much higher price, 886 minimum. A target, 161.35. You don't have to understand what direction. It's like, no, you don't have to know where the market's going next to make money. And you're saying you have to know where the market is going. You don't have to. That's so incorrect. This is Mark Douglas teachings, by the way, too. Who's a freaking genius of trading in the zone. Or you just look at something like NVIDIA. Talk about things maybe turning around. We don't know. We don't know if it's turning around, but we're able to identify potential momentum shifting stuff. Potential This could fail. You know, selling comes in. You broke the 200-day moving average again, though. You try to make a higher low. Buyers defended a clear level from 2020.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei!
KSM was a beautiful extension pattern. We have not looked at that one today. It is pretty. Look at that. What a winner. And it's breaking the potential double bottoms confirmation line right now again. It did it yesterday, and it's really attempting a back test of that local peak. Look at that. Look at what's going on there. You know, you broke it yesterday, and now you're attempting a back test. But are we going to get the fall through? If we are, you know the target's probably $43, man. Because look, left, straight down. Wait, straight up and down and up and down and up and down. Target up. 43.48. Clear next level. This one was beautiful, man. We've been eyeballing this every day, every single day. All of this happening at the all-time low. Perfect. This is the prettiest extension pattern of them all. Because all these other extension patterns, the scrub loser assets were making their absolute lowest low of the entire downtrend, and it was one time, like mana, just hitting the low and reacting and going straight up. Screw those, man. These are the ones. They're rare though. I mean, again, KSM extension patterns on the crypto market. This is like, I think, the only one maybe with a true type 2 return like this. So amazing.
Thanks for streaming, Mitch. Chick-fil-A on me. 0.000710000 BTC.
What's up, William? Thanks for the Chick-fil-A. Much love, dude. Appreciate it. Yeah, man. Just trying to keep people updated, you know, following through off those Miami streams, and it's been amazing so far. Yeah, upside on KSM from where it is right now, still about 35% upside. Yep.
Is BTC monthly currently a Morningstar reversal?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Morningstars are kind of tricky in crypto because there's no ability for the gap down and a gap up. Normally you want to see like a Morningstar develop, and it was like the open was lower than the close last week, and then it paints right there. You know, but I guess we can look at the monthly in a second. Gotta look at Crow again for the Session Top Jesus flipper. Fortune favors the homeless. Yeah, it was like, again, just a big loser. Respected the TA in extremely nice ways, where we knew if it didn't hold 9 cents, it was going to 5.5 cents. It capitulated. It legit capitulated, where it disregarded levels that had been inflection points in the past and went straight to the old all-time low, the lowest daily candle close ever, December 23rd, 2020. Tested it once, rallied, and then the second test. So you got 2 tests, and locally, even locally, you got 1 and 2 here. And since then, it's been a big rally, but in actuality, awful. Like, again, trend reversal stuff, you're not even close. So well-established downtrend after hitting virtually all-time lows and just rallied off of that. Great, dude. You're going to be testing 9 cents soon. It'll probably be resistance. So I think you have just a little bit more upside, maybe. Just a little bit. How much? Just right here. I mean, it's like that. But it's just like the insurmountable adversity. You know, that zone of inflection, the supply line, and then the 200-day simple moving average of 10 cents, and then the psychological 10-cent level. It's just like, wow. Now, if you ever break 10 cents, let's talk, because that's where things could get insane. That's where history could repeat itself, where you go 10 cents to 18 cents to 10 cents. You don't, then 10 cents to 18, 20 plus cents, then back and forth, up and down. I mean, yeah, but not until you get above 10 cents. That's all I got to say about that. Okay, Bitcoin lows of the day. Wrecked. Let's go to Bitcoin. I mean, we had no more requests, so. The monthly morning star is inquired. No. I mean, normally you want the morning stars to be green, right? I mean, it was red, so I guess you could maybe look at that. Does anyone know? There was a, you can see up here on Bitcoin hitting its lows, but still confined in this infinitesimal structure. It's like you can't even tell. I mean, we got pretty much a magnifying glass on Bitcoin up here. I would not put too much on the 60-minute. So morning star. $20,900 and falling. You fell below 21K. You broke it. Yeah, the important thing to note about morning stars is that the middle candle can be green or red as the buyers and sellers start to balance out over the session. So yeah, that could be. And I think an engulfing candle would give you the fall through off of it. You have 2 weeks though until, you know, this is matured. But yeah, so far so good in that regard. Yeah, sure, maybe a morning star, potential morning star. And in 2 weeks we'll reassess. And if we give a candle that looks like this still, because you just don't know, right? It would be really confirmed of a morning star reversal, sure. Just like down here, a couple morning stars, right? Maybe that's a morning star, yeah. The engulfing to confirm it. Nice engulfing candle. Good. But here we go, another big bullish engulfing candle at a bottom. Oh my God. Only thing up today is Ethereum Classic. After that little flush, that little very, very small flush. KNC up 0.25%. That's about it. So I'll just leave y'all to it. I've been live an hour and a half or so. Look at gold. Yeah, gold just testing that 1920 area. Look what it tested and has not breached yet. Let me show you. This is where we are. The old 2011 high. There it is, chat. You're at it. You have not breached it. You've only tested it, and you're below it right now, barely. That's where you are. This makes perfect sense for where maybe some sort of short-term pullback could occur. Of course, man. Been going non-stop since November. But yeah, have an alert set up. I'll just tell you that. Put your alerts on around 1930. You start hearing that beep. Whoa, things getting frothy on gold. Beyond frothy, right? There you go. Kickoff, yep. All right. See if the Cowboys can bring it home or if Tom Brady's going to ruin the party. I have no dog in this fight. Good luck to both teams. So I'll be back. Till next time, respect the TA.